Kenobi's corner. Kenobi's corner. Kenobi's corner.
Are you sure?
Yeah, dude. Look, I had like Chick-fil-A for lunch, and that was already kind of late. It was like 2:30, and then I went. It was hot inside my freaking house. Like I was burning up, and I couldn't take it anymore. So I went to go. I just started driving around. I was like, Brandy, I gotta go. I'm sorry, I gotta leave right now. And
So
I just
you left your wife in the burning house?
She was using the treadmill, like she was running, and she doesn't mind it, dude. Like when I'm burning up, like inside the house and I'm sweating, like she's fine. You know, and I'm like, I don't know how you do it. Like I can't. Like I'm done. And so I left. I was just like, I gotta go. I'll see you. So I left, and then I just started driving around, and then I found a bubble tea place. Like it's a new one. I hadn't seen one, and it does like
Smoothie
legit,
King.
No, it does legit bubble teas. Like,
Where did you go? What side of town?
it's on the south side, dude.
Okay,
It was kind of nuts because I was like, what the freak? Because I just like hit the map button, you know, and then hit like tea and coffee, and then it was like boba tea. I was like, what?
You're the only dude that I know that would, on a hot ass day, go look for tea and coffee.
Dude, hell yeah, iced tea and iced coffee, dude.
Oh, okay.
Come on,
that makes sense.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Like
Walk into
getting a hot
Starbucks
ass
and not
drink.
order a frappuccino? Is that what you do?
Yeah, actually, I think I get a frappuccino every time. I think.
So like, but dude, yeah, it was out on the south side. Like I was really surprised that it was out there, and then but it was pretty good. It was pretty legit. And then like so, I had a freaking like large bubble tea, like a milk tea. So it's like milk and traditional tea with the tapioca balls in it. So I had that, which is already like kind of like food. And then I was pulling out of the parking lot like around 6:30, and there was a Panda Express there too. And I was like, I'm gonna give myself a Panda Express. And like, dude, by the time I got home, I guess I was hungry enough to like eat the whole thing. And then the second that I finished it, I was like, that was the stupidest thing
You had milk
I've done in my life.
You had milk tea on a hot ass day. And,
With tapioca balls.
With tapioca balls and then Chinese food. Are you trying to make yourself sick?
And preceded by some Chick-fil-A before that. With a huge ass lemonade.
Well, Chick-fil-A is delicious. I'm not going to fault you for that one. Everything after Chick-fil-A was terrible.
Everything was delicious. But now I really regret it because I'm like really full. Like really extraneously full. Like it was a bad idea.
Yeah. I think we're going to have to stop midway so you can poop.
Yep.
I'm gonna 3 poop emoji you.
We'll go have a food baby.
Yeah. Gross. Welcome to Kenobi's Corner. On some weird ass shit we were talking about before. I don't even know if you're gonna leave that in. I hope you do.
I might. I just might.
We'll see what happens. Welcome, friends. I'm Eric. This is John.
Hello.
We're here today to talk to you about movies, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, Comic-Con, and Comic-Con. Because damn it, so much
and
shit.
D23. You didn't even mention that yet.
Oh, and also a little bit of D23.
Oh my goodness,
dude. So much shit has come out. This is the longest. This will be the longest episode in history.
Welcome to the first 3-hour episode of Kenobi's Corner.
Yeah. Oh, Jonathan, I am so sorry. This is going to be terrible for you tomorrow to edit.
Hopefully not, man. I really hope we can power through some of this stuff. There's a lot of stuff, but I think most of it is just like, hey, this is really cool that it came out, and not necessarily we need to dwell on stuff. But
I'm going to dwell. I'm going to freaking be a lingerer.
Dwell the hell out of everything.
I'm going to linger all over everything, and then I'm going to cough every other minute. And so,
look, as long as you're not falling asleep, like, we'll be okay. Like it's one way or the other with you sometimes, you know. Yep. But I like this Eric better than the sleepy Eric, so that's okay.
All right. That's fair. That's fair. I'll take that. I've rested. I've had a busy day.
You did. I mean, you came in a plain white T-shirt, so that's definitely a busy day.
Yeah, no, that's a busy ass day. And I'm not just hey there Delilahing anything. I am ready to freaking lay down this episode on wax.
Yes.
Which is an industry term.
I love it.
I don't know if you know that.
Yeah. Oh, no. You've made it one if it isn't.
Yeah. No takebacks, no erases. We're going in hard and we're going in fast.
All right. So real quick, I want to say what is going to happen on the episode because there's a lot of stuff. We're going to try to cover as much as we can. Well, not even as much as we can because we're not a news podcast. We're like hey, this is what we like and what we find interesting. Share this with us.
This week before, while I was gonna try to come up with something, but you got it. you run with it. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say. I'm getting to the fact that, like, hey, it's just the stuff that we like, and usually that's what we're covering anyway, right? Like the stuff that we're really interested in, the stuff that we see that is like, yeah, that looks cool. That's what I want to watch. That's what I want to talk about. So, off the back of that, we're trying to cover as much as we can from D23 that we saw and we found interesting. There's a couple of things that were kind of in between that were not in D23, but not really SDCC. So we're talking about a couple of things in there, and then we're talking about SDCC, all the things that came out from there and what we liked, what we found interesting. Covering a little bit of Game of Thrones and then a little bit of Valerian. So off we go.
And we're off to the races. D23. John.
Yes.
I don't know what the first 22 Ds were, but this one was pretty good.
Yeah. All right.
So much stuff, so many things. Where do you begin, John? Actually, you might have a place to begin before you cough or sneeze.
I was just burping. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. You
trying to do it very silently.
You didn't want to get your hot air into the mic.
Yeah, that's what I do, man. Yeah. That's what I do. Having edited this, I know what that sounds like.
Yeah.
So.
And you're like, damn it, gotta take my hot air out.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So Disney unveiled their future of all that is coming up this next year. Great movies that are coming out in relation to Pixar, in relation to their live action stuff. Just everything amazing. And then, of course, what's going on in their theme parks.
First of all, the theme park stuff, I don't even have a link in here. I should have looked a little harder for that one, because that would have been the perfect one to talk about to kind of lead off things, because the theme park stuff that they announced is so freaking ridiculous. It's the most... It's going to blow Harry Potter World and all that stuff out of the water. Like anything that anybody else is building or any one of the other properties that's doing something, it just feels like this is going to blow it out of the water. And not just because it's something that I love and the fact that Star Wars is beloved by so many people, and it feels like more than any of the other things and parks that have been built. But it seems like they're sinking a ton of money into it, and they're going to make everything like totally state of the art and totally what nobody else is doing in any one of the other parks. And I know we've kind of talked about it before. Millennium Falcon is going to have a ride. They had mentioned it kind of briefly, and they didn't really say the extent of it. And if they hadn't preached it so hard at D23, I still would have been kind of skeptical about it. But the Millennium Falcon ride is supposed to be kind of like a choose your own adventure in a ride. Yeah. So the actions you take on the ride are the consequences of that are supposed to follow you throughout the park. Now, they kind of mentioned it in passing at Star Wars Celebration, when they started announcing some of this stuff and that was going to be part of the thing. When they unveiled the plans, they talked about it a little bit, and then they hit it again, man, at D23. So it feels like, dude, it's going to be full-on legit. Like, things are going to go down. It's going to be a fully immersive experience throughout the park for things you do on one specific ride, like throughout everything. Like that's pretty damn cool. Like the fact that they're like tying stuff into that, that's awesome. They did the walkthroughs, and I don't know if I mentioned it to you or Sean. I might have mentioned it to you. I don't remember, but they're gonna have like
talk sometimes.
It might have been. They're gonna have a life-size A-wing, like statue.
Oh yes,
dude. Yeah. I'm gonna just park myself in front of that thing for like a whole day and just stare at that, because that's one of my favorite ships all time from any property anywhere. Mm-hmm. Like I love the A-wing. It's freaking cool, man. Life-size. Replica. They're gonna have an X-wing, I think, too.
I thought you were a B-wing fan,
dude. I love the B-wing too. Like the B-wing is awesome. A lot of the ships in Star Wars are. I just love the way they're designed. I love the way they feel like mismatched stuff. Like it doesn't feel like it's something that was like, oh hey, like here's the greatest and latest in technological aerodynamics and built on the best system ever in front of a wind tunnel, and then you're gonna have this beautiful ship. Yeah. Like the Naboo starfighters. Nice, granted, and cool, maybe like for an advanced technological age that they were having at that point in time, but the others just feel like, hey, like let's scrap some stuff together to fight the Empire. And I just love that the A-wing is still like a really good property of that. I love the kind of lore behind it as well. The A-wing is like the one that is supposed to be for the best fighter pilots out there.
Oh, right
so
on.
like, yeah, it's like
I
only
didn't
the
know that.
best of the best are supposed to fly the A-Wings because they're very hard to maneuver because, well, it's because they're so agile and so quick, so nimble that you have to be very, very good at what you do so you don't screw up while you're flying one of those.
Right.
You know, so it's very good for what it does, but you also have to be very good to be able to control it. That's why it's one of my favorite ships. Like, I just love the thing. But, dude, yeah, everything there's a saying about the park is amazing. And I'm already starting to put away my pennies because they're opening up a hotel in Florida, same time that the Star Wars stuff is supposed to come out. And, dude, oh my goodness, like, the whole freaking hotel experience is going to have all the Star Wars stuff behind it as well. So you'll be able to, like, live a Star Wars life completely from hotel to theme park to everything else. Supposed to be giving out Jedi robes for you to like wear while you're at the hotel. Like,
dude,
that's it blows my mind. Like, I want to go there so bad.
Ridiculous. Yep.
Oh, dude, I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna need to start doing, man. I'm like seriously starting to try to put away some money because I really want to go when this thing opens up. And this probably feels like an ad for this stuff at this point, but I just like, I really love it. I really love all the stuff that's coming out for it. And dude, I cannot wait to go there. Like, I'm so excited about it. But I know you saw some stuff about it too. Like,
Yeah.
are you coming with me, Eric? That's the question.
That is the question. Well, I think we already we're planning a family trip to go to a Disney theme park, but we're going to go to California in 2019. The wife has family out there in 2019.
Okay.
So, but y'all said that everything's supposed to be in Florida. So,
well, see, the hotel and everything is in Florida. We know that Celebration is going to be in 2019 again. So Star Wars Celebration will happen not next year, but the year after. And everybody believes that it's going to be in Anaheim, just speculation wise, because that's where the Star Wars theme park is supposed to open for Disneyland, and it just makes sense. They wouldn't for them not to have it in Florida 2 years in a row or 2 consecutive times, I guess.
Yeah.
Because they usually move it around. So if they're not going to do it in Florida, the one logical place seems to be Anaheim, so they can open the park and have Celebration at the same time.
Yeah.
It makes logical sense, but who knows if that's actually going to be the case or going to happen?
They've made no official
whatever.
announcement.
Nothing.
So
Nothing's
it's still
coming
up
out
in the
yet.
air. It could be anyway.
If that's the case, I want to go to Celebration again. And if that's the case, then I'm going to go to Anaheim if that's where Celebration is, because I want to go to that. Like, that's kind of priority number one. But that means that it would only push off the other one for a few months, maybe a year, because I really want to go to the Florida one to stay at the hotel and have like the full on experience. Like, I'm so. That's just a really cool thing. And if it hadn't been for Brandy, like, really loving this stuff as well, like, I don't know if I would even consider, like, oh, this is exactly what we're doing. But since I know she loves this stuff, I know she's super into it, I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to go out there hopefully soon enough.
When y'all get together, especially when y'all go to these things, you have to have someone that's going to be able to talk some sense into you. And I don't think your wife does that for you.
No, she does exactly the opposite.
She's an enabler.
Like, and it gets bad because there's some things that I'm like, okay, like, that's enough. And other times I'm like, oh my God, like, I want that. And she's like, get it. And I'm like,
Like, you work so hard at it. Why don't
and that's exactly
you
what
deserve
happens.
good things. Why don't you want good things in your life?
Yep.
What, you don't like good things?
It's exactly what happens. But I don't know, man. Either way, like, dude, maybe we can just get a big group of us to go, you know? We can all talk sense into each other. Or just have the biggest spending spree any group of people ever have.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, let's move on, man. So, like, keeping with the Star Wars stuff.
Okay, keep it in line with that. Some great promotional posters came out.
Yes.
For The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Damn it, dude. They remind me of how excited I was for the Matrix Revelations.
Ooh,
And,
yeah. I hadn't even made that connection, but I like it.
But yeah, because they did the same thing with Ghost and Trinity and Neo and Morpheus. They did them all dressed in black or white, whatever their costumes were, or their outfits were, and then had the half like cut face off the way that they show here.
Yeah.
So it looks really cool. I hope they don't go the way that the Matrix Revolutions and Reloaded went, but I don't think we're in danger of that. But
I mean, we might be. Like, who knows? But dude, these are really, really cool. I know I had posted on our document that we use for the podcast pretty early on, so it had like Leia, Rey, and Finn.
Yeah.
Who kind of I think Leia was Leia and Rey, I think, were out of their own stuff, or out of the Instagram, the normal Instagram for the Star Wars stuff. And then Finn posted his own, which I thought that was awesome. I'm sure like he got permission to do that.
Oh, hell
from what
yeah.
it seems like, it's like, hey, let me put my own out there.
Yeah.
But then did you see the other ones with Luke, Kylo, and
Yes.
and Poe?
They look awesome.
Oh my goodness, dude. Like, it looks really, really, really good. I really love the poster, the style and everything. And it's so, I mean, it's kind of got this graininess to it, but at the same time, it's very minimal in the way it does it, because it's just the character, and all of them have like their own outfit, but colored in red, like this crimson color straight up. And then, dude, it looks beautiful. It looks really awesome.
Yeah, it looks freaking amazing. Just the excitement around that. I was really hoping that we would get something out of SDCC from them.
Yeah.
Like another trailer or something. But because I know it was just so recently that they had come together for it. And then since we'll talk about Marvel here in a minute at D23. But damn it, man. Just
yes.
They released a featurette for The Last Jedi, which honestly, like I watched it with Cody when it came out, and we were sitting here, and his reaction like was probably the best way to describe it. It gets you excited. You get a huge laugh at the end. Like, you honestly get chills because it's just so good, and everybody just looks like they're just having a good time with everything. Like, it's just amazing, and then it just leaves you with a good feeling at the end, like it's going in the right place, it's going in the right direction.
Yeah, dude. Like, there's something else that gave me even more chills than what this did, and we'll talk about it later. Like, it's on the dock. Like, it's coming up. But dude, I'm just waiting for this movie to come out, man. There's so much of this stuff that everything just gets me so excited for it, and it's still so far away, or makes it feel like even more far away sometimes. And I like all the stuff coming out for it, but I'm trying to just chill and not get too crazy about it, and not look at everything, and not watch this damn featurette like 30 times, try to scrutinize everything, because there's still some good stuff coming out that I really want to watch, and that I'm really looking forward to between now and then. Right, so right now the focus is like, hey, Dark Tower's coming out, I'm gonna watch that. Thor Ragnarok is the other one I'm super excited about, so that's coming out, and I'm gonna watch that. There's some TV stuff coming out, so hey, out of sight, out of mind, try not to get too involved with it. But dude, it was a damn good featurette. Like, it just looks amazing. The first thing I noticed, the thing that stuck out to me the most, there's 2 A-wings in the background where there's the explosion scene with Poe Dameron's like X-wing.
Oh yeah.
So you see Black One like sitting there, and then there's that big explosion that happens, and then in the background there's 2 A-wings, and I'm almost like, yes, please bring them back. Like, I just want to see one fly again, man. Like, I would love to see how they would animate that. Like nowadays, because the only ones we've ever seen is in the older movies and the animated features. Like, they've had a couple of A-wings, a few A-wings actually in the Rebels series. So I'm like, dude, I'm super excited if they bring them back and they have some that are actually doing some action scenes in there, because that, dude, I'm super excited. Well, after just going on that huge rant earlier about the A-wings. So.
Oh man, dude. Okay, well, Star Wars news aside, D23 also includes a lot of Disney-owned properties. We got a lot of information from the live-action stuff that they're doing. You had something else?
Well, just before we move away from Star Wars stuff,
what's up?
Battlefront 2.
Oh yes, that's what I wanted to talk about. Good point.
Because that was really cool. It was a long video, and I was like, "Where's this going?" And I was like, "Okay, kind of like, yes, of course,
awesome.
I watched it."
Oh my god, that's so amazing. Dude,
Eric, if you put something on the dock, it's my job to look at this stuff.
Good. I like that's the best. Damn it, that's a good answer. That's a good statement there. There was no question. That's just the answer.
You're
that's
welcome.
Exactly what I'm looking for.
You're welcome.
So, Battlefront 2, of course, is coming out. It looks amazing. I like the story that they're going at it with the original storyline of what happened right after
The Battle of Endor.
Yes, they're following the Empire troopers that are left. And they're following one specific. Oh, what's the specific name of the troopers? Do you remember?
It's I was just thinking about it. It's a specific group. I'll look it up right now. Go ahead.
So they're following this group of troopers that are like, now what? Empire's dissolved. They saw the recreated Death Star explode. What's next? and they're following a new original character, and it's played by Janina Gavankar.
Gavankar.
So-
I believe that's how it's said. I mean, every interview that I've watched is they pronounce it Janina Gavankar.
Well, Janina is freaking amazing, and
The leader of Inferno Squad.
Inferno Squad. There we go. So their outfits, or their their stormtrooper outfits, are pretty amazing. They're unique.
Yeah.
They're all black, red decals on them. They look really cool.
Look really cool. It's modeled after like the TIE pilot helmet and outfit and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think it seems like it would be, these are kind of like all around like people, like they maybe fly their own stuff, and they can also go down and get on the ground and get into the down and dirty work as well, from what it looks like. So
yeah,
and it's freaking cool.
Yeah, it looks really freaking legit.
Yeah.
But so what happened is they're going through D23 and promoting, of course, and during all of this is going on, the guys that tested, the guys that used to do Mythbusters. Adam Savage has his own show that he does on YouTube now, and they did a recreation of the Battlefront of the helmet, and they were recreating it for Janina. They didn't tell her. They just, they were in an interview, and she's just like, this, the story's so amazing, and, this is a really great character. You kind of feel like she's almost trying to sell it too much. Like, this really isn't something that she's really into, but she's kind of playing it up.
No, I think she's super into it. Okay,
like when it first starts, but then like as you start listening to her like explain like the story and how like really really into it she is, like you see some genuineness, and then they present her with the helmet and she's in tears. Yeah, like she is super freaking pumped. Yeah, and it's awesome to see someone that's like a really really fan of the series, and then someone who gets to be in the series like get something like that and be as excited as she is. That's why I said that's like the most genuine reaction to like an honest gift that you'll ever see like live. And dude, that's freaking amazing.
Look, and I think I've been a little bit more into Battlefront than you were, because apparently you were not very good at it when you played.
Oh, I was terrible.
Yeah, exactly.
Terrible. But like, you know what? Online multiplayer, I'm terrible at.
No, I'm horrible at those things too. But I enjoyed playing the first one, and I'm super excited for the second one because it's going to have the story mode, right? So like, it's going to have a little bit more that I'll be able to mess with.
Right.
Well, because I've been looking up stuff for the game, like I just happened to come across a bunch of other interviews for her. Like just stuff that it just keeps popping up, and I'm like, okay, cool. Like I'll watch it. It's about the game anyway. Like we'll see what she has to say. But dude, she has that reaction a lot, dude. Like every time she's talked about it, she's been like full on, like almost in tears whenever she talks about getting the role, and like how not only as an actress, it was already like a moment of like, okay, I need to get another job. Like, we've got to try to make it in this industry. But then for something that she loves, like Star Wars, to be the one that was like, hey, you're going to get this gig. Like she cries almost every single time. And it's freaking cool, man. Like the fact that she loves it and she's into it and she's been from the beginning, like that's awesome. And I can imagine this time around, it's from the press junket. I'm sure like you're just doing interviews back to back to back. So you yourself, I feel, can start feeling like you're just being repetitive the whole time. So, and I mean, I can see why maybe it seemed a little bit disingenuous, but I don't think that's like, she's like that at all.
Not at all.
Like all the stuff that I've seen, she's been like on it, man. She loves this stuff. And it was funny, like what I thought was most interesting is that she almost led them like right into it,
Yeah.
Like it was like they asked her like one thing about like, the whole experience there, and just like, yeah, everyone's in cosplay and like everyone's cosplaying the character, and it was like, it kind of, I want to cosplay the character, that'd be awesome. And then they're like, well,
and she's like, shut up, you're not doing this.
Yeah, dude. So freaking cool, man.
Yeah.
And they did a great job on that helmet. Like it looks amazing, and dude, it just makes me want to like start, like I see them doing that stuff and I'm like, I could do this. I could do that. I can make my own stuff. I'm gonna start making my own stuff. So we'll see how that goes, because that never ends up happening. But we'll see.
I could do this. That usually happens like when I start trying to cook. Like I see like Gordon Ramsay do something and he's like in his home like wearing a white t-shirt.
Yeah, and he's like all like just chilling.
Oh, here you go, and he does a little splash of spice. I'm like, oh man, I can make eggs Benny, no problem. Comes out with like, I don't even know.
It's all burnt.
Like raw eggs, pretty much.
It's burnt and raw at the same time.
Somehow it's both.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool,
But,
dude. I'm like really, I'm glad she
Yeah.
got that. Like, it's really cool to see somebody who's a fan of the stuff and like gets to be in it. Like, I don't know, maybe someday I can be part of this series as well. It's never gonna happen, but
Who knows?
I can dream, right?
Yeah, dude, you don't know. Who knows how long this Star Wars ride is going to play
Right.
out. I'm pretty sure the
Yeah,
people
man.
in it, when they first got in it, didn't realize that it was going to be still a thing 30 plus years later.
Dude,
So,
well, in another 30 plus years, I can be a background actor somewhere, right?
yeah, why not?
Boom. Done.
Yeah,
All right,
so
cool.
they
Move
released
on.
a whole lot of. They didn't release a whole lot of other things. There were so many things that they did show there
Yeah.
personally to people that they did not release. They showed live action Lion King. They showed live action the remake of Mary Poppins. Well, they did have a little teaser trailer with Emily Blunt in it. They also did a small teaser for Incredibles 2, which of course everybody's excited about. We want to see what's happening there.
Yeah.
The biggest thing to come out of there was the footage they showed for Infinity War.
I think it's the biggest thing to us because I'm sure there's other people who like love the other stuff.
Oh yeah.
But to us, Infinity War, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah.
And just the fact of what people are saying about it too, man. Like,
It's just a legit, like, everybody's just freaking floored by it. And nobody was
Yeah.
there, witnessed it, or heard about it, has been like, nah, I can pass. I'll
like,
pass.
it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Like, or it's good. You know what? And the funny thing about it is that I think most of the time, instead of getting like stuff like, oh, pass or, whatever, the thing that tends to happen is people are like, oh, it's just another rehash of something else they've already done. Mm-hmm. That's usually the criticisms that you see in stuff like this and when this stuff happens. And dude, to not see a single person do that, like I was like, oh my God, like that's going to be freaking amazing, dude. And I'm reading the descriptions online, like, cause everybody watches it. And I guess I'm assuming like afterwards, everyone's like, okay, what happened? And what was every single exact moment? And like get it down immediately. Cause dude, and you get the full description. Like there's a link in our notes here that we'll put on our as a description to the podcast, but you can go in there and read the description of everything that's happening in that little teaser trailer that they showed, and everything sounds amazing. I'm like, oh God, like that's gonna be a freaking cool movie, man. Yeah. At the entrance to the panel, apparently they had the statues of Thanos and the Black Order.
Nice.
So that's going to be the villain. Like that's who the villains are going to be for it. Dude, and that, oh man, it just makes me so excited. Like super excited for that one to come out.
Yeah, dude. Well, let's talk about some of the high notes of what I've seen and what we've heard. Yeah. So, not to give anything away, the Guardians run into Thor flying through space. So you get to see Spider-Man and Doctor Strange fight side by side. You get to see Hulk and Vision fight side by side. And Iron Man and Thanos go at it pretty hard. And then out of nowhere, Thanos brings in the freaking moon on some planet. Who knows where they're at? And starts bringing down asteroids. And everything, like every single moment and beat is just jaw-dropping. Like there's no other way to put it. Like I wish we would have seen just a moment. And the SDCC is going on as we speak. And we just saw another trailer we're going to talk about later. That's freaking amazing. Damn it, that's so damn good. Like,
There's so many things, dude.
I know. This is going to be such a freaking long episode. But I wish we would have saw got a glimpse of it. But I don't think it's going to be like those other trailers in the past where they've only shown them there. And it might have just been a sizzle reel. Who knows if we'll ever see that trailer. But
dude, I think that's exactly what it is, dude. I think it's just like, hey, these are some clips that we've got for the movie, and it's like made to be like a trailer. So, and I mean, light spoilers here. I don't know if anybody's trying to go in completely blind, but I really think a lot of this stuff is going to be shown in a trailer eventually. But I mean, you read these descriptions and like line by line, it's something that's like, oh my God, this is amazing. So like the whole like pulling a moon down toward the planet, Doctor Strange like with Star-Lord, Spider-Man in the new Iron Spider suit, Bucky with the Wakandan army. It's so many freaking things that are like, oh, it's going to blow everybody's mind. It's going to blow everybody's mind. It's blowing my mind already just reading the damn descriptions about stuff. And I just cannot wait for this movie to come out, dude. It's one of the ones that I'm super excited about. One of those ones that I'm going to I don't know, man. I need to find a way to better alert myself for when tickets go on sale for stuff, because I really want to get opening night tickets and maybe even go twice that one weekend, because I think it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be a movie experience, that's for sure.
Hells yeah.
Like one of those like you have to see in the theater to that, dude. I think we should get IMAX tickets for that one.
I mean, if we can, I am so down. Like, I'll watch this in every single platform and medium there is.
Well, right on. We should have probably talked about the Wrinkle in Time trailer before that one, because that's kind of like, okay, we're on the super high climax, and then we're kind of bringing it down.
No, that's the point, man. We need this to be a little bit of a roller coaster, so we're not like, just like climb up and then stay high the whole time. It's not a good thing, man. It's not gonna happen. Yeah. So a quick jump to this.
Okay.
It's something that I have no idea anything about. Do you know anything about Wrinkle in Time?
I don't. I remember, I think I had to read it in middle school at some point in time, but other than that...
Did you ever read it?
Possibly. I don't know. I drank a lot in my 20s.
I just pushed out a lot of memories.
There's a lot of things that I forgot and probably shouldn't have.
Yeah, dude. I never had like the reading for this. I don't know anybody who's actually like read through it that I've talked to recently. But I just wanted to touch on it real quick, because it's one of those things that is very much loved by a bunch of different people. So looking at the trailer, kind of seeing the things that are on there, the people that are in there, it doesn't get me super excited right away for everything, and it seems like it's a little bit more geared toward a younger audience. But I mean, it's still Disney, it's still interesting, and the concepts of everything. And there's the one scene that kind of got me, that kind of piqued my interest, where if you've watched the trailer, you know what I'm talking about. If not, you can jump in the description, check out the trailer that we got posted in there. But there's like a cul-de-sac, and all the kids are doing the exact same thing, and then the mom says the exact same thing. And I'm like, what the hell is that about? Like, it really piqued my interest, So it was a really good trailer. I don't know what it is.
That's exactly like the scene that everybody's been like mentioning. It's
really?
just like, what is up with that scene?
I love it, dude. It's really good. I don't know. It really, like I said, it just piqued my interest. It looks cool. Like, it's one of the things that I've got my eye on now, which I didn't know anything about this thing, so I didn't previously, but now I'm excited about it, and it's cool, man. Like, we'll follow up. I'm gonna dig a little bit more into it, and maybe we'll talk about it here once it comes out. But I mean, as of right now, like, I'm really into that. It looks really cool.
It looks cool. Definitely interested in it. Probably check it out as well. And did it say a time of which it comes out?
I did not notice that.
Yeah, maybe. Hopefully, it's during one of those lull periods where it's gonna be like, well, we can see something here. Maybe Wrinkle in Time kind of pops in there.
Possibly March 9th, 2018. So not too far away, but I don't know if that lands with other stuff coming out. It might be right in between. I'm sure it'll be in between Disney stuff, because they don't want to step on the property, like their own toes of their own properties. I don't know how to say that statement.
Yeah, it's okay. Right. May is when Infinity War drops. So
yeah, it makes sense. So like a March is a whole different month.
Yeah.
Black Panther's in February.
Yep.
So maybe it will be a little lull time.
Yeah.
All right, man.
So let's go into something that I know a lot about, but should not know a lot about.
Well, first of all, that's all we're going to talk about from D23. So D23 is done out of the way. Now there's this kind of like slow period right in between. As soon as D23 finished, it feels like the world was waiting for BBC to announce who the next Doctor Who was. And dude, I kind of like it, man. Have you seen the trailer? Do you know who this actress is?
Yeah. See a lot of hate out there. Reddit out there, of course, because it's a lady.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I thought
I don't understand that. Like, why hate on it, man?
It's dumb.
If it was somebody who was a person who was known to be a bad actor, actress, whatever, maybe I can understand some hate. But just to hate on it because it's like a woman, a female character now, like that's just stupid to me. Like that doesn't make any sense, man. And we kind of talked about it a couple of weeks back, and I brought up the subject because like, for this exact reason, man. Like it's so dumb to me that we're still with these stupid tropes or people not willing to accept like females in these roles that are supposed to be or that were originally meant for guys, and guys doing them. Like that's. It makes me like super, super upset. Like I don't know why. I'm personally I'm super excited about it. Yeah. I don't know her too well. The only thing I really know her from is from Broadchurch. I don't know if you ever saw that series. No. It's a series. I think it was also on BBC, and David Tennant was the lead actor there.
Oh, right on.
Basically, a kid gets murdered, or that's what they're trying to solve for. Whether it was a murder or an accident, like they're trying to figure out what the heck's going on. David Tennant is the lead detective. and the kid's mom is played by Jodie Whittaker, who's now been cast as the new Doctor. Really cool. Like I enjoyed her in that role. It's a tough role to play, man. I mean, to have to play a mom whose son died, like that's already, I mean, that's asking somebody to really like go out to like the nth level, to really like dig deep and play a role and have to play a role like that. But I think she did a really good job there. And that's really all I know about her, though. So I'm really excited. I mean, I don't think they would have gone a different direction and a different way. And to do it with somebody who wasn't going to be a great job at the Doctor, and especially whichever direction they're going to go with this. So Stephen Moffat is also out. He had already said he was going to retire from Doctor Who after the last season or the last series. New showrunner coming on, new Doctor coming on. So I would hope and imagine that they were doing this the proper way. Cast the person who's going to be good for the next showrunner and the direction they're going to take the show. And that's all I'm asking for. That's totally fine with me. If they're doing that part of it right, they got that part of it down, and this is the right person for that role. Awesome, bring it on. I'm ready for it. I would watch the hell out of that.
Yeah. Did you finish all the Peter Capaldi stuff?
No, not yet. And it's more because like I just been tearing through so much stuff.
Oh yeah, there's a lot out there. Man.
Oh man, and not that I haven't wanted to. This season with Bill as a companion, it's been really good. I've really enjoyed it. It's just that there's a bunch of other stuff that I've been watching also. I finally finished watching Rebels. So I'm like fully caught up on that now. That series is amazing. Like amazing.
I'm just about to start it. So
dude, I think you're gonna flip your lid. Everybody, I've heard a few people, I guess like half and half, that say Rebels is better, and then some say that Clone Wars is better. Without having watched all of Clone Wars, I don't think I would have appreciated Rebels as much, but I think Rebels is the better series.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of Clone Wars.
Oh, dude, you're going to be missing out on a few things.
Really?
Yeah, there's some stuff and callbacks that they do from the Clone Wars series, and that's fine. You might just have to be filled in on a couple of things, but that would be okay.
I'll have questions.
Yeah, if any of those questions, let me know, because I'm telling you, I
think I know a couple people that might be able to help me out with those.
This is why I'm in so much debt with other stuff, because like we marathon through Clone Wars like so hard to get over to Rebels, and then we marathon through Rebels like in 2 months we watched all three series that are all three seasons. So yeah, it was a lot. And they're short episodes, they're 20 minutes each, but that's still it felt like a lot to tear through pretty quick. So but yeah, man, now that we're all caught up, I'm super excited about all that stuff. But yes, like now I'm gonna go back and finish watching Doctor Who and stuff like that. So I probably should go back and finish watching Walking Dead at some point.
We're gonna be talking about that in a minute. So.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Okay.
So moving on from Doctor Who,
yes.
We got The Shape of Water.
Yes. So Guillermo del Toro's return to the creepy, what is it called, steampunk world. It seems like of of the 1940s. It seems. It really looks cool, and I say that like if you watch the trailer, and we have it in our description here. If you watch the trailer of what is it called, The Shape of Water, the lettering that they choose is a lot like BioShock, and so it kind of it kind of puts me in that mood of like that's it's underground. They're looking at these underground creatures. It's kind of like that 1940s type of feel and dress that they have. And it looks like they're taking care of a creature, or they're taking care of creatures underwater. And it looks just like Abe Sapien from Hellboy fame.
It does.
But it looks legit, man. Like, I really dig Guillermo del Toro's world. He really puts a lot of attention to detail in everything that he does. So it looks like it might be like a really good creep fest, with some really good practical effects and stuff. That looks cool. I'm excited to see it.
Dude, I'm super excited for this one, man. As soon as I saw this, I was like, oh man, this looks freaking awesome. I like stuff that's kind of in the fantastical realm, in the sci-fi realms, and all the genres that I like that aren't just action or battle movies. I love when they have good heartfelt plots, when they're about like something else, something like a subplot running through that's like either human interest or how people can be, like getting into psychological type stuff or those kind of things, those themes running behind it. And this is exactly the kind of thing that I'm like, yes, like give it to me. Like it's very much sci-fi. It's very much in the fantasy kind of realm, but it isn't just about it being a fantasy and sci-fi thing. Like it's about how people react and do things that they don't fully understand. It seems like at least from the trailer and at least from all those clips that they showed on it. And what people were talking about on it, it really just seemed like hey, this is how people are. Let's explore how people can be and what people do in reaction to being up against a creature like this. And it's really cool, man. I enjoy that kind of stuff. So I'm really hoping that's what it is from the trailer. Like I said, it already looks like it's setting up for that. So fingers crossed that's kind of the direction it goes in. And as more stuff comes out, I am going to keep track of this thing because it looks really freaking good.
Yeah, I really, really look forward to more information coming out about it. So we'll definitely keeping everybody posted as we get it.
Yes. I don't know when it's supposed to come out. December 8th. So, yeah, pretty quick.
It'll be a Christmas tale.
It'll be right before Star Wars.
Sweet.
But
right on.
I'm down. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Another thing, very much the same like what I just talked about.
Yeah.
Kind of human interest, a little bit more of how people are, how people can react, and the psychology of people rather than just being about fantasy stuff. Bright.
Yeah, man.
How'd you like that trailer, man?
It looks cool. It really reminded me of that show from the 90s called Alien Nation. Did you ever see that show?
I never watched that, no.
It was like aliens have landed. We know about them. They are like fully involved in our culture, and I believe there is a alien that's like an FBI agent of some sort.
Yeah.
And he has like a human partner, and they go around like solving mysteries and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome.
And,
yeah.
So it's, man, I can't believe it was on for so long. But it was pretty much in the same vein of this. Bright is definitely more fantastical.
Yeah.
Because it's about orcs and elves and fairies and wands and magic. So it looks really cool. It kind of reminds me of that. They had this show like on YouTube way back a few years back called, what was it, Skyrim Cops? And it was just, you remember seeing those?
Yeah, I never watched any, but.
Yeah, but pretty much like that. Just like cops going around in Skyrim and like just pulling people over and for driving drunk on their cart or whatever.
Yeah.
But this is more like, it looks really, really good. It looks like
cool, man. So and to explain to everybody, if you haven't watched a trailer, to just watch it, man. It's going to be a Netflix movie coming out called Bright, starring Will Smith. I don't even know who any of the other actors are, but I think it has a pretty good list of people that are doing stuff. But Will Smith is partnered up with an orc as an LAPD officer, and it's like. It really is like like if fantasy all of a sudden became reality, and then everybody has to deal with it now, and it looks freaking amazing, man. It looks really good, dude. Like it's a magic wand, I guess, is the kind of center and part of the story that everything's revolving around. It reminds me of so many things, dude. So many things. Like I can't even think of everything that it's like pointing to and really being a part of, because it feels like a cop movie. It feels like a full fantasy movie. The way it's shot looks really cool. Like I love like the sharp contrast. The cinematography looks really good. And I put it in our show notes and description as Netflix stepping up their game, because it's like a legit movie, man.
Yeah, it's like, really good. I'm sorry. I just read a comment. It said, so that's it, huh? We're some kind of Bright Squad.
Oh my God. It feels like Suicide Squad should have been. If this had been Suicide Squad, I would have been all for it.
Yeah. It looks freaking legit, though. It looks like they really have. Okay, I've noticed that Netflix, for all the things that we do like, they have a lot of stuff that we don't even talk about. That's pretty bad,
dude. They like pump out stuff. And I don't know what they're doing, man. Like, and supposedly Netflix is supposed to have some of the best algorithms out there for what people are supposed to like. You know, like because of the way people watch, like how many episodes they consume, how many minutes they get into an episode before doing stuff. Like, they have some crazy stuff in analytics that they use to say, like, oh, people are gonna like this.
Yeah.
And I feel like at this point, with this coming out, it almost seems like they've just used everything else coming out to this point as just beta test of like what's gonna work and what's not, and where we're going to sink our money into, actually.
It's true.
And dude, I Like, I'm glad, one, it's coming out on Netflix. 2, I've already got Netflix. And 3, like, this gives me a hope for other stuff coming out on Netflix. Like, if this brings people to Netflix, like, and think about it, man. Like, if somebody does not have Netflix right now, and they see this trailer and like, yes, I want to watch this movie, they can subscribe to Netflix for 1 month if they just really want to watch this. Out. The price of a movie ticket for one person, and they can get a whole month of Netflix. And then what's to say, like, hey, like, then they're going to find something else on Netflix that they like. Or what happens here, like one of our coworkers, it was like, hey, I just got Netflix. And it's like, oh my God, you need to watch this and this and this and this and this.
Yes.
And, you know, like 3 months later, they still have a Netflix subscription. So they're smart in the way they're doing stuff. And dude, if they're using me as a vessel to promote their own stuff for free because I'm really into it, I don't care. This is really good stuff.
John's into being used, guys. I don't know if you know this.
Whoa, I didn't say all that, but
you said it. I heard you say it.
Used and abused.
Yep. I didn't say abused, but now we know what you do.
Well, okay. So that's enough about Bright.
Yeah.
Leading into other stuff from Netflix. I was not expecting this. This is one of the later things to come out. It came out just today at Comic-Con. But
we're going into Comic-Con now.
Yes, sorry. Yes, starting Comic-Con. Comic-Con news. I'm sorry, man. I can't talk right now. It's super late.
That mustard's flowing through your veins so hard.
But, dude, Stranger Things. It's more of the excitement that's flowing through my veins right now because Stranger Things got another trailer for the next season. I was not expecting another trailer to come out because it seems like it hasn't been too long since we got the last one, right? There was the teaser. There was the announcement for when the season is actually premiering. There was a new poster. I was like, okay, cool. They've given us enough. This is probably all that's going to come out right now. And then they dropped this marvel of a trailer on us because, dude, that's exactly what I was telling you earlier. Like what was giving me the chills. Like this gave me more chills, I think, than the Star Wars featurette. Like, because I was like, dude, this is everything that I want. And I think half of it is because the first trailer, it didn't really give us a whole lot. It didn't give us a whole lot of plot. It just kind of dropped a couple of things. It was like, okay, cool. We'll see how it goes. And I think my nervousness, like I was very, very nervous about it because I want this to do well. Like, I don't think I've ever anticipated a season 2 of any TV show ever as much as I have this. Because, there's been some TV shows that are really good and are like, okay, cool. Like, next season will be awesome to watch. But, dude, this is just, I want it to be good because the first one blew me away so much. And I've been super excited about, like, seeing what they can do with the second season and really hoping that it wasn't a one-hit wonder. What's their names that did it?
The Duffer Brothers.
The Duffer Brothers.
Yeah.
Dude. I was hoping that it wasn't just hey, we have a one good story, like it's been told in 8 episodes and that's it. Like it really seems like, dude, they know what they're doing. And dude, everything coming out in this trailer, everything that they're showing, like, it makes it so much more real that it's not just happening, but it's happening in a really good way. And I'm super excited for everything that they're showing on there. I love the music. The music was freaking on point, dude. Like it's just a remake of,
It's Michael Jackson. It's not.
Thriller.
I don't think it's a remake of Thriller. I think it's just Thriller.
No. It's a cover. I mean, it's not a cover. They sampled the original Thriller song, so there's still it's still Michael Jackson's voice on there. It's still the voiceover from the other dude, but the music itself, if you listen to it, it's an entirely new synth line. So the music itself is what's different. Which is, dude. I mean, that itself is badass, and the way they're doing it, like the way they make it sound is really, really cool. All the visuals going on with it just makes it seem creepy and exciting and different again. Dude, I don't even have words. I was super excited as soon as this finished playing. I literally had chills and I was like, oh my god, like this is amazing. This is everything I wanted for this, and I'm so excited and I'm so happy that it looks like it's going to be good. It looks like it's going to meet all my hopes and expectations for this next season.
It's exactly what it should be. It doesn't look like they're just taking exactly what they did with their first season and just built on it exponentially, but it's exactly the same, which it should be.
Yes.
Like they shouldn't be like, crazy over the top. I don't think things should have changed a whole bunch. Like, the look of it is exactly the way the first season looks.
Yeah.
And that's exciting. Like, like, I wanted exactly to be still in that world with these kids during this time and seeing all the crazy, like, messed up stuff that's going on with that kid. And why it does everything flip on and off for him like that. Why is Sean Astin running through the hallway like that? Where is 11? Like, what's happening? You know, why is the town getting taken over? Only some people can see certain things.
Yeah.
Who's the redheaded girl that walks by? What is that about? I don't know. I want to know.
It's so good, dude.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like, everything about it piques my interest. Everything about it makes you just want to watch this and preach it to the world. Again, Netflix using me one more time. Like,
use John. Just use him.
that's just what they're gonna do, man. That's gonna be their thing now. It's just use me for all their own gain.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it. But I'm super excited. Super excited. I cannot wait till this thing comes out. And looking at it, I'm really just hope that it's not building up this false hope, and it's still a little nervous. But after seeing all this stuff coming out of it, it really gives me the hope that it is going to be exactly that. They're still going to have their voice. They're still going to be who they are, just with this new exciting story to tell that's going to be told in a bigger way, but still not over the top and in the same fashion that the first one was told.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm all for it. I'm all in for that. Yes. So now something.
Well, I think we're going to gloss over this, I feel. Like, really, we're going to mention it. They had a new Inhumans trailer that came out, and I don't even want to waste a whole lot of time on it because it just looked terrible. And reception that it received at Comic-Con was mostly laughs.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Okay, so like, I don't know. I wish I could have been in the room to know exactly what would have happened. But that's been the reports. Yeah. Is that everybody just laughed at this thing. And I got to talk about it. We have to talk about it. We have to hit on this one point.
Hair?
Yes. Because it's been really bad. Like, it's been really bad in the other trailers, right? And we both said, we agreed.
Yeah.
That if it was in CGI and when they did the actual effects and the animation for it, and when they put that out there, and if it was good, we would eat our words and this would be perfectly fine with us. And it was some of the worst hair animation in general.
Yeah.
It was just really bad done. Like, if you look at it in slow-mo, like, some people have broken it down and made GIFs and stuff out of it, just to show what it's doing. And even in the GIF, like, dude, it looks bad. It's like poorly done imagery. And then on top of that, like, what it's doing at the same time, I'm like, dude, this is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, horrible. There's an article from IO9 at Gizmodo. I should link it in here. I'll probably find it and put it in there anyway. I didn't put it on here for now, but it's a letter from... it's an open letter from the
her
hair.
Yeah. Yes, I read that too. That's amazing, dude. That's so funny.
It was so, like, it was good. It was so well done. Like, you know, and it's kind of like they're all just haters. Like, there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Yeah. Like, it's everybody else. And it's kind of done in a sarcastic voice of like those who are not going to apologize for things, and you know, it doesn't matter if it's bad. They just are going to believe that it's good no matter what. And oh man, that hair looks horrible. Yep. And everything else about it, right? So like the rest of the scenes that they showed and the rest of the little plot points that they released, dude, it still does not pique my interest for this. As a TV show, I probably will watch it because it's going to be on ABC. I'm going to be able to watch it for free. Yeah. Like, or with other stuff that I've already purchased anyway, right? So it's going to be mixed in with the other stuff that I watch. So I might as well just take a look and see what the first few episodes are like. But I'm definitely not going to the theater to watch this. Like, I'm not spending any money to do that because this is horrible. Like, horrible. If they're going to want to advertise this as like, see it on the big screen, and that's what this trailer was about, like watching this in IMAX, seeing it in the biggest thing possible because it's everything is better in IMAX. That hair is going to look horrid in IMAX. Like, it's going to be the grossest thing ever. It's going to be like 100 feet of like terrible hair coming right at you. Man. And I'm not about that. Not going to do it.
Yeah. You know, I really got to pick my battles when it comes to some of the movies that we watch. And I don't think I would even come close to trying to fight to watch this one in the movie theater.
Don't do it, man. So don't do it. Don't waste the time.
Yeah. We're wasting a lot of time.
We're wasting a lot of time on this because I can't even think of a situation where there was something Marvel coming out and I was like, that looks bad. don't do it. Don't go watch it. This is horrible. And then to turn right around and say that something that Fox is doing actually looks good when it comes to Marvel stuff. What the freak? This is a topsy-turvy world we're living in, Eric. Like, what the hell happened?
Is this some kind of fucking bizarre world? What's happening? So what John is referencing is Gifted. The Gifted trailer came out, and it's pretty much heroes in the Marvel universe, it seems like, because it's
it's all X-Men characters.
Yes, all X-Men characters, which is amazing. And they put itself in the timeline of, but really we don't know, because there's a line in the trailer itself that says, we don't know if the X-Men are still around or the Brotherhood of Mutants is still around, but this is happening to us and we need to figure it out.
Yeah.
So it's a show that's going to have two. Of course, they have names, but they're not Marvel character names that I'm aware of. But they follow Polaris, they follow Blink, and they follow, who's the other one? Not Sunspot, but
Thunderbird. There's Thunderbird, and then there's Eclipse. So Eclipse is the only one that I do not know of. Yeah. But the others, you're hurting me right now, Eric. Because Polaris is the daughter of Magneto.
Well, yeah, no. I said the two. The
unnamed, the kids.
The kids, yes.
The kids who are new.
Yes.
I don't know if they're based off of anybody. Yeah. Right.
We just talked about this before.
Okay, I'm sorry, Eric. I apologize. That was my bad. I misheard.
No, it's okay.
I misunderstood your words.
You were going to jump right in and
I was going to be like, no, you suck, man.
Flip the table. I'm out of here. Me and
done with this.
We're out.
Yes. Polaris, who should have some of Magneto's powers.
Seems like she does.
It seems like she does. It seems like she's able to control metal, right? And then we have Blink, who I think has been a little bit more in the movie-loved universe.
Yes.
When she's popped up a couple of times. But in the comic books also, like she's not huge in it. She doesn't get like her own storylines or anything like that, but she just pop up in a couple of different timelines. Because X-Men timelines are super convoluted and crazy in the comics anyway. So it doesn't surprise me that the TV show is the exact same way because everything is screwed up in that universe. Yeah. So Blink is going to be in there. She was in the Days of Future Past.
Yep.
So the feature group that's in Days of Future Past, that's Blink that you get in there doing the
she has the
opening portal thing.
Yeah.
And then
she has portal gun powers.
Yep. Exactly. And then Thunderbird, which is and that one's the one that's a little bit crazier to me that they're bringing that character in. It's I believe his real name is John Proudstar, and he's actually the one that's in Giant Size X-Men #1.
Oh, right.
After they do the reboot from the original 5 X-Men, they did the all those
the Colossus on the cover. And,
yes, exactly. Yeah. So Thunderbird is on there, but he actually dies right away. Oh. He's only part of the team for I think that one issue, that one giant size issue. I don't know if he survived past that.
Just like Morph.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. But yeah, so he's in one thing. And so it's kind of crazy that they're bringing that character into it. So, I mean, cool. It's a character that they haven't really explored and it might be okay. And I'm starting to soften up with some of the stuff on the X-Men side. Still the X-Men movies, I'm not a huge fan of because I think they just keep screwing up those beloved characters that have been in continuity for so long.
Right.
And I think they're just jacking them up very badly. But here you have different characters that are outside timelines in different continuity, and it doesn't seem like they're part of the movie universe at all. It seems like it's taken from outside and an outside perspective. And who knows, maybe it will be still within that same stuff, but if it isn't, that's cool, and I'm fine with it, and I'm fine with them doing original stories with something a little different than what's been on before. Same thing they did with Legion, man. Legion was freaking amazing on FX, and I loved the hell out of that show. I loved the hell out of every single episode on that series, man. And if this lands anywhere close to that, it'll be really, really cool. And I really hope that they just do these characters justice. I really hope that they just give them a good, strong voice, because some of them haven't had their moments in the comics, so they have an opportunity here to make something really, really cool out of something that hasn't been really fully explored. And I'm okay with that, as long as it's good.
Right.
And I love that they're kind of getting back to that mutant metaphor part of it, the part that I think has really been missing from the movies, just because I don't think they've been doing it correctly. I don't think they've been doing that part of it justice, where the comic books are really about, hey, these are outsiders who don't really fit in anywhere, and people don't like them just because of that. And I think it's getting right back to that, just because they're different, that people don't like it. Man, I think it's awesome. It hits a little too close to Heroes at some points, but I mean, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Heroes had that nice sweet spot where it feels like it should have been an X-Men TV show, and maybe they got shut down, and they're like, well, we're going to do it anyway.
Oh, well, what can you do?
What can you do?
We're moving on.
Moving on, dude.
To The Walking Dead. In Comic-Con, they had a huge kind of release of this trailer, which it really gets me excited to get back into the show, because I've been watching Fear the Walking Dead, and I'm really having a hard time, like, really caring about these characters in Fear the Walking Dead. I really wanted to be in it, but I don't know why. I just can't get into it.
That's why I'm jumped out, man.
I know you did.
I can't even be there to be like, hey, yeah, like, check out this part of it for them. Like, 'cause I was like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it.
Well, The Walking Dead itself, it picks off in the comic book series. This is going to be all-out war. This is that arc where Negan's group of the Saviors fight Rick and his group in Alexandria, and their fight as this goes on. Yeah. So this is a huge arc in the comic books. A lot of stuff happens here, and there's a lot of things that happen here in the trailer. You get a lot of reunions, a lot of people picking up arms, a lot of like really motivational speeches. And so, but with that being said, there are a lot of dark times, and we do lose a lot of the main characters that have been going on. So if you don't want any spoilers, don't listen to this part of for the comic book or for the series, because there's been a few things that have come out as far as like the ending of the trailer is concerned. And you cool with that, John? You want to hear anything?
Quite honestly, I'm just now watching the trailer for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Do your worst.
Okay. Well, what part are you on in the trailer?
Blonde hair dude is reading a note.
Oh, okay. Dwight.
Sounds like the right one.
Yeah. Like, how far from the end are you?
Oh, no, it's just like, it's not even halfway through. It's okay, man. Go ahead. Talk about it.
Okay.
Bring it on.
Okay. Fast forward to, like, almost the end.
I went 20 seconds before the end.
Okay. What do you see?
I see Rick. And he's got a lot of gray hair.
Yes.
He's staring right into the camera.
Yes. Okay. So...
Is that a hospital bed?
So there's a lot of speculation of what's happening. A lot of people feel like this scene that they show is maybe he's been in the coma the entire time.
Yeah.
And this is kind of like kicking back to like him actually waking up and actually coming out of it.
Yeah.
But what this actually does reference in the comic books, during All Out War, it cuts at a specific time and they do a time jump.
Oh, wow.
Almost 2 years
from
that period. That might allude to that scene.
Okay.
So, but
either that or it's the end of the series.
Yeah. Well,
one or the other.
Okay. Well, it's funny that you mentioned that as well, because this week during Comic-Con and the panel, Robert Kirkman, one of the creators of The Walking Dead, has stated that he's finally figured out like how he wants to end this and end the series.
Oh wow! Okay.
Like he's and why he was so upset with George R.R. Martin for Game of Thrones was he gave before he even has completed the book series, he told the HBO execs how the story was going to end.
Yeah.
And Robert Kirkman was the opposite. He was just like, no.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have done that, man. Bad move. So Robert
I thought that was like the best move ever. Yeah. Like, are you kidding me?
Well, now because we're going to be able to finish the series, and who knows if the books are going to finish, but whatever. We're still get the ending if anything happens to George R.R. Martin. But for The Walking Dead, Robert Kirkman's like, nah, man, I don't want that. Like, you're going to follow my rules, and you're going to follow what I'm going to have to tell you.
Yeah.
So basically, he's like, I figured out how it's going to end. I don't know when it's going to end, but it will end in this way. And we're now starting on that arc, at least in the comic books, to end the series and how it's going to end. He's like, but the one thing I can tell you, super spoiler here, he's like, Rick isn't going to be at the end. There will be somebody else there, but it's not going to be Rick. So
interesting.
Yeah. So kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But it's interesting to see like where they're going with the show. How far are they going to be still staying true to the actual comic book timeline? So I don't know. I thought that was an interesting reveal, but who knows where that's going to be.
Yeah,
So.
it'll be cool. I mean, I'm going to try to get back into it. I'm really going to do my best to try to get back into this because I feel like I've already invested so much time. Like, I've done like 6 3/4 of of seasons. Like, if I can get through the last part of season 7, like, it'll be a full 7 seasons that I've watched of this thing. And I enjoyed it so much at the beginning, man. Like, I was a huge advocate for, like, when people were like, "Oh, I don't watch Walking Dead," I was like, "Dude, you need to get on watching, like, with Walking Dead." For people that dropped off a little bit earlier than I did, I was like, "Dude, you gotta finish watching that, man. Like, it's some really good stuff happening." And then the more it kept going on and doing the same crap over and over, using the same formula each and every season, I was like, "Dude, okay, like, you're making this difficult for me, AMC."
Yeah.
Like,
Use me, AMC. Like, Netflix has been using me and abusing me.
Yes, and they should take a hint from Netflix, man. Like, cut down some of these episodes. Like, it doesn't need to be like 16, 17 episodes each season if you don't have 16, 17 episodes of story to tell. Like, that's totally fine, man.
Yeah,
Give me like
absolutely.
10 solid episodes, and dude, I will be your number one preacher again. Like, I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what they're doing and why they're doing it. If they're just trying to milk every single last cent out of everybody for this, but I don't know, man. I just feel like I really don't care about it right now, so nothing about it matters.
Yeah.
That's why I hadn't watched the trailer yet. So, I mean, I'm going to try to get back into it.
Yeah.
For your sake, for the podcast's sake, for all the listeners' sakes. I don't know if anybody really cares, but...
Well, we'll see when it comes back around Halloween time. I think we'll be getting the next season, so we'll see how that goes.
We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Okay, so ending on for the stuff in the small screen.
Not yet.
One
more thing.
One more thing.
One more thing.
One more thing. Before Walking Dead, after Walking Dead,
we've got some more Marvel stuff to come about on the small screen stuff.
Oh, really? What do we got?
Because we went full circle. Inhumans bad. Then we started going into other stuff that was okay. And then now we come back around to the Defenders.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk about, man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you said we were done with small screen stuff. I was like, wait a minute.
Staying on the small screen.
Staying on the small screen.
Okay, Defenders.
Yes.
So, awesome featurette first by Stan Lee. Him riding in a cab, kind of explaining, like, how he's enjoyed putting all this together and, you can be a hero, and at the core of all the Defenders, they're just human beings. Yeah. So it was a nice little kind of like, hey, everybody's awesome. They're amazing. And they're so relatable because they're just like you. Jumps into the trailer of, boom, the Defenders show. And damn it, man. Like, this is exactly what they're building up to. Sorry, Iron Fist, you tried really, really hard. But this is what everybody has been waiting for.
Yeah.
You should have done better, but... hopefully this culmination it will be nice. And it's only 8 episodes. They didn't need 13 episodes to tell this story arc.
Exactly.
So this 8-episode series of the Defenders, it looks like they're bringing Elektra in the house.
Yeah.
Elektra's
back. Elektra is back.
Yeah. Well, because we got a tease of her coming out of the little, rejuvenation. The back to the Chinese back to tank, the one that the Hand had put together, and then you get a voiceover of Sigourney Weaver and her character. You can see the manipulation that she had of other characters there as well. So
Claire's back, Stick is back. Dude, it looks freaking cool. I love the way that everybody, like, one of my favorite things about this thing watching it was like how everybody plays off each other, man. Like, just because you were able to do that with other characters on this series, the individual series themselves, but to see everybody doing it like hero to hero here and kind of getting to know each other, who each other is, and then kind of poking fun at each other for all their stuff, like, it was really cool, man. Like, everybody's kind of got their little spot and their little niche part of it. Dude, to see it all come together, though, like, it's freaking cool. At the end of the featurette, for Stan Lee, you also see the Punisher.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So I mean, since you don't see him in the actual trailer for the series, at least I don't think you see him on the actual trailer for the series. Like, I'm wondering if he is going to be part of the Defenders anyway, just because they showed him on the featurette part of it. So, dude, I'm kind of excited about that. I'm not, the biggest fan of Jon Bernthal. I think I've said that before, but him as the Punisher, I think, is working right now. So,
absolutely,
that'll be cool to see if he is on there. Yeah, man, it's exciting, dude. It's an exciting time for Netflix stuff to be coming out. Like, there's a lot of stuff coming out, and I'm really Here I go
just
again,
pumped.
man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll stop.
No,
No more preaching about Netflix.
Yeah.
Netflix is good. It's done. It's over. That was it. That was the last thing.
All right. Well then, so you can
Okay.
stop preaching about Netflix. What do we have coming up? What else?
What else we got?
What else we got?
Okay, let's move on to the big screen now.
Big
'Cause we got so much stuff coming out, and it's already been a super long episode. So we're just gonna try to.
How deep are we?
Oh God, we're at least an hour in.
An hour in. Okay.
Okay,
We got a little bit of time.
all right, so we're talking about now Justice League. How'd you like that Justice League trailer that came out?
Yeah, Justice League. Damn it. That one was really good too.
You liked it?
I did.
I did not.
I kind of felt that you wouldn't.
Yeah.
I liked it. It gave a lot more of the story.
Yeah.
It gave us. I'm really surprised they didn't reveal the twist in here, which I feel everybody knows is gonna freaking happen.
Yeah.
But
They just about did at the end of it. Like
almost, but they didn't even do like a silhouette. They didn't do a like a from behind the back shot of the character, or they didn't do anything like that. And basically, what we're talking about is the reveal that Superman is alive and coming back to join the team. But it gave a lot of great information in there as well in the Justice League trailer. That I think a lot of people were speculating that was going to be happening, that we're actually going to get a Green Lantern, a Latin,
and Aladdin.
and
That's
Aladdin
good.
too. You know, I love me some Aladdin. Because Steppenwolf states, there's no protectors, there's no Kryptonians, there's no Lantern Corps here.
There's
so
no
it's-
lanterns.
Oh, there's no lanterns. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's Earth will fall.
Yeah.
So it shows him, the reveal of him, and his big axe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it feels like it's gonna be almost exactly like BVS. Huge
Yep.
creature doing a big blowy uppy stuff to a city. Probably New York, of course. That's where everything is. Or
Yeah.
Gotham. Or
Gotham.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be Gotham.
Yeah,
It seems like it's gonna be Gotham.
So, I don't know. I think, but it definitely gave a lot of like light parts in it too. Like it looks like it's gonna be funny. They have some parts in it that are kind of lighthearty. So it's really
Lies.
trying to make it more lighthearty.
Lies.
And especially at the very end when Commissioner Gordon's talking to him and he turns around and everybody's gone, which is funny because like the Flash is there all solo. He's like, "Oh, really? Everybody just takes off on you like that?" He's like, "That's pretty rude,"
And then he takes off.
And then he takes off. I thought that was good, John. Come on, man.
I mean, just because you try to put a joke into something, and just because a joke can hit, that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to fit in with everything else.
That's very true. That's something we're going to bring up later.
Yes. And there's certain movies that are coming out that we're going to talk about here that I think do it very well. Like, it doesn't get so dark that jokes end up bringing you out of the actual scenarios. Because you have stuff that's like, they're trying to be super serious. They're trying to like give everybody mean face. They're trying to give everybody like this death gonna kill everybody look in their eyes, even for the heroes. And then they're gonna try to throw jokes in the middle of it. Like, it doesn't work for me, man. Like, I just don't think it's very good.
I think we're all right.
I mean, and that's your opinion, man. Like,
Yeah.
yes, if you like that, that's cool. Like, but I just don't like it, dude. I don't think it's gonna be good. I think this movie's gonna be really bad. Like, already from the stuff that's coming out on here, like nothing seems to me that it's like, oh yes, this is gonna be like a cool superhero realm for stuff to be in and for things to happen, and the way things are gonna play out is gonna be cool. I don't think any of that, like none of that,
I
is
wonder
good for me right now.
if when it comes out, it's gonna be like directed by Joss Whedon, or if it's gonna show Zack Snyder.
I don't
And
know.
I wonder
Maybe
if you
both.
can tell. And I wonder if you can tell like the cuts that were made and the differences. Who knows?
I don't know. Who knows? already from this trailer to the last, there's a lot more scene differences. Like already things look a little bit brighter. You know, things look a little different on that aspect of it. Like it doesn't look exactly like a copy of BVS. Like they took the back footage for that and just like these characters in there,
Yeah.
like the other trailers have. So I don't know. I don't know if that is part of it or if that was already done and that's already the direction they were going. And you know, it just so happens that now they just start putting those clips in because it's getting closer to the movie. You know, I don't know what that scenario is, but I really think like Joss Whedon is going to have some work cut out for him to make this really work. Yeah. Like just because unless they reshoot the whole thing and he just does it completely from scratch, I don't think he's going to be able to make this magically be better than what it was previously. Just because just some of the stuff that's come out for it, even some of these clips that are in here, like some of these ones that it looks like they've already spent a ton of time on the special effects on it, just do not work for me. It just does not look good.
I have to differ from you, man. I'm sorry. I think it looks good. I'm excited for it.
I challenge you to rewatch that scene of
Aquaman
crashing through the building, right in the dark side minion or whoever that's going to be.
Okay, that's a little cheese.
It's very cheese for something that's trying to be super serious. Yeah. Like if the whole thing had a tone of like, okay, this is not exactly serious because this is a full fantasy world, like cool. But then they have other moments where it's like, okay, no, this is real and this is how it's going to actually be going down in an actual life type scenario. And it just doesn't work, man. Too many things are clashing with it.
Okay.
It's from that's my perspective on it. And like I've said before, maybe it'll correct itself. Maybe I'll leave my words, but right now it still hasn't shown me that perspective of it that it's gonna make me feel that way.
Okay, all right, I'll give you that. We'll see what happens. Yeah, we got some time.
I'm still gonna keep up with it. I'm not like I said, I'm probably gonna go watch it either way.
Yeah,
but to fully contrast that.
Oh my god. Why'd you put them so close together? Like I was so excited about this. Damn it, John. Okay,
because I'm trying to show you the flip side of the coin, man.
I know. You like stark contrasts. I think that's how you like your color schemes as well.
Maybe a little bit.
Yeah. So Thor, Ragnarok.
Le Ragnarok.
The trailer came out. The international one came out first. Almost by an hour, and everybody was like, all the comments were on it were just like, what the hell? Like, where's the English one? I want to understand what they're saying. I don't get it. I just don't.
That's awesome.
But damn it, man, that trailer is freaking amazing. Before, just with the original one that they had, I was gonna watch it regardless. That one, you could have just said Hulk, Thor, buddy cop type movie. Let's see it. Absolutely, I'm in. Just take my money and that's it. But this trailer went above and beyond, man. And it's for some reason it's given us a whole lot more. And even though it's given us more, I'm feeling like I don't care. That's because usually other trailers they give us too much, and I'm just like, that's way too much. I don't want to know too much. But they gave us so much more, and it's still good. I still feel excited and pumped about it to see it.
But you know what, though? Looking at this trailer, comparing it to the other trailers, where the other trailers felt like, oh, dude, they're giving us a crap ton of stuff, before the movie comes out. It's going to be all spoiled, and they're giving us all parts of the movie. When you look at this trailer and add it to that one, I feel like they've only shown us stuff from the first quarter or first half of the movie.
Yeah.
I don't think we've gotten
not even
anything.
In that. Yeah.
We've gotten absolutely nothing from this thing, dude. It looks, oh my God. This trailer blew me away. And we watched it, we're recording Saturday night, so day before we post the episode, and it just came out as we were coming in to record.
Yeah.
So, we've watched it a couple of times already.
If I could have watched it again, I would have probably watched it again while I was talking to you.
It looks so good.
It does. It looks freaking amazing, and it does. You're right. From beat for beat, of course we have it in our description. It just seems like what we saw in the first one was Thor losing his hammer and Thor getting ready into battle with Hulk
and captured and taken in that way, and
then it seems like he's like, a lot's happened since the last time we met. I lost Mjolnir and then I've met you and here we are about to battle,
And that was just yesterday.
That was just yesterday. You know, it was just, that just seems like it's like it really is probably like the first 20, 30 minutes of the movie, even if that. I don't know, man. It looks really amazing.
Dude,
the music
really
again
cool.
with it is awesome.
Yeah.
Like I have, and the jokes in there, it just seems really good. Like I'm excited for it. Like that there's no other words to describe. Like, of course, that like November cannot get here soon enough.
Yeah.
And it sucks because it's like 5 months away.
Yeah, it's super
or
far.
4 months away. But
We're getting closer.
Yeah.
We're inching toward it. That's okay.
Yeah.
And dude, so part of it, like I was saying, from the Injustice side, or what is it, Justice League? That's the one.
An Injustice movie would be amazing, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Maybe that might be true. But from Justice League, like where things don't seem to fit, where there's jokes they just seem out of place. They seem out of context. They seem like they're trying to force stuff in. This one doesn't, man. Like they've done a great job and this is more than anything, just saying like how much work Marvel has put in to be able to do stuff like this in their movies, where they've set Thor up with 2 other movies, who the character is, shaped it into the character who it's supposed to be. Not only just the 2 solo movies that he had, but he also had the Avengers movies to work through and be able to set up and get to this place where these characters are who they are and they are what they are, and you can believe everything that's coming out of their mouths and the way it is, and Thor being over the top and godlike, but at the same time very childlike, and you know, and have this voice of who this character is, and you buy into it, man. Like, so all the jokes land to me. Like, it just feels very fluid throughout it all, and you believe that that's the real life scenario that this would be in. You know, because even when the battle sequence, like, it stays lighthearted. They're not going into battle, or he's not trying to break away from them, and everything gets like super serious, and he's got mean face the whole time, and then he cracks a joke like in the next scene. Like, it's nothing like that. Like, even in the heavy stuff, like, he's still cracking a smile. He's still, you know, being an inspirational part of it rather than just mean face the whole time.
Yeah.
And I love that. That's why it feels so much more cohesive, like, throughout the whole thing. And dude, it just makes me super pumped for that movie.
Yeah, it's stupid dumb. Like, I'm just too excited about it.
You're seething over there at the same time
I know,
as well.
I'm just like, I'm so furious that it's so far away, but then also so excited it's coming close. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I'm a roller coaster of emotion. That's all I can say.
You know what I'm super excited about?
I know
Eric?
Exactly what you're super excited about. John Boyega.
Officially signed up for the Yeager Uprising.
Yes. Well, you know what? It's crazy. So they
Pacific
released
Rim 2, man.
Pac Rim 2 Uprising, I believe it's called. Where the last Pacific Rim left off, like, they closed down, they shut down the portal. Like, how are Jaegers, or not Jaegers, but how are kaiju still attacking the world? Who knows? We're gonna find out. If they
are the kaiju still the actual threat? Like, maybe there's a new threat out there. Maybe this is why they're having to do this. Like, you know, maybe this is time to build up because they know something else is coming. Maybe the kaiju are taking the long way around and actually coming through space and time rather than.
Yeah, right. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I can see that happening.
You didn't even thought about that, Eric.
I didn't. So it's just a teaser. It's just you know, it's more.
It's like a commercial that would play in this world.
Yeah. And it reminded me a lot of Starship Troopers. Like, join the Federation.
Yes.
Yeah. Want to learn more?
That's exactly what it is, man. It's like it's full propaganda.
It looks pretty amazing. So we're excited for it. Yeah.
You might be excited for it.
But okay.
I'm super excited for it.
You're jazzed.
I'm a fount of emotions with this movie.
He's oozing with excitement. His pores just radiate.
Yeah, I can't wait for more news to come out. I can't wait for trailers to start coming out. The fact that it's happening, it just makes me so happy because it was like, it's happening, it's not happening, it's happening, it's not happening. There's a director, there's no director, it's going to go a different direction, or, you know, there's going to be no casting, or, okay, all of a sudden there's casting, and it's like, yes, and now we get this. This is like full on, it's happening, and I'm so excited, man. I'm super happy. I'm like really, really happy that it's actually going down.
Yeah.
And then
we get a return to the world of spies with Kingsman 2, The Golden Circle, the new trailer drop for it. And it just seems like this is just more of a fun spy action-packed movie. Over the top, based on the comic book series Kingsman. It looks really good. Like, I'm excited for that one too.
Yeah,
like it looks like it's a fun ride. Like, it's just gonna be A lot of action, a lot of craziness. It's like the Fast and Furious of
spy movies.
spy movies. So,
even though the last one was kind of a spy movie for Fast and Furious. So.
Oh, really? I didn't. You know what? I haven't even seen it yet. So it's about to come out on Blu-ray. So definitely gonna check it out there.
Boom. Yeah, dude. So they show the American cousins of the Kingsmen, which is the Statesman.
Yeah.
And dude. Okay, so the first trailer. Gotta be honest, like I was like, okay, cool. It was mediocre for me. It didn't really swing me one way or the other. I wanted to watch the second movie anyway, so I was like, okay, cool, like whatevs. I think part of it is that I really don't like
Channing Tatum.
My Way, Frank Sinatra.
Oh.
Like Frank Sinatra, he's okay. Like he's not one of my favorite singers. I've never been like a huge fan, but I don't like the song My Way. Like I can't. No, it's not for me. And the fact that this new trailer doesn't feature that song, I think one, that already helps.
Oh,
but
wow.
they give so much more plot to it, like what's actually happening, the way things are going to seem to be going, like who Channing Tatum is, like and who his organization is, like all that makes me a lot more excited about this movie.
I think we just glossed over a section where you said you hated My Way. What happened to you, John? Was somebody beating you up singing My Way?
Probably.
Was there a Frank Sinatra kid poking you in the face saying, "I'm doing it my way"?
It's not a good song.
You hate
man.
Burger King. You don't want it your way.
No.
Okay.
I don't like Burger King either, but that's a different story.
You wanted it your way. They didn't give it to you. Understood.
Yeah, man. I don't know. I've just never been a fan of the song. I'm sorry. I apologize.
All right. That's fine.
I just got to get that out there.
You got your
I
thing?
know other people who are not big fans of that song or don't like it either, so I'm not the only one out there.
A whole group of you? What's happening?
Yes,
I don't
we all
understand.
band together when that thing comes out and stupid stuff. But yeah, man, I'm excited. This has got me a lot more excited for the movie, and watching this trailer actually makes me want to go back and watch the first movie again because I still haven't watched it even after I bought
really?
it. So, dude, I'm gonna watch that movie like coming up real soon because this really got me excited and it makes me want to get ready for this next one coming out because, dude, it looks that made it look really, really cool, and it's coming up pretty soon, man. September 22nd. You know what else I was doing? Because, like I said, owned the first Kingsman movie for a while now. Haven't watched it. I've owned Ready Player One, the book, for over a year now, and it's been sitting collecting dust on my bookshelf.
Yep.
Haven't cracked it open. Cracked it open yesterday once rumors started coming out that there might be a Ready Player One trailer coming out during Comic-Con. I got through the first chapter. It is amazing so far.
Yeah.
I don't know how the rest of the book is going to be, but if the rest of the book is any indication from that first chapter, it's going to be cool. Like I'm really getting into it. It's just setting up the world so far and kind of what everything is and who everything is or who everyone is. It's really cool so far. And watching this trailer, I still don't know everything that's going on, but I feel like I'm clued into a few things. But dude, the trailer looked really, really good. Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Not knowing anything about it?
I did. I have to admit, I too own the book, and I too have it collecting so much dust. A lot more dust than your book, of course, because I haven't even read the first chapter. But it really grabbed me because you see a lot of things in here, like you see the Iron Giant walking around in there for some reason. You also see they have a clip where they're racing a bunch of cars, and then the freaking DeLorean comes in flying out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
So
the tracks look like Hot Wheel tracks.
Yes.
There's that monster truck that looks like a Hot Wheel type monster truck.
Yes.
Like Freddy Cougar's in there.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot he gets blown up.
Jason. Freddy Cougar. I don't know who they are. You're the horror movie specialist.
Yes. So there's two of them in there. So I think you get Jason and Freddy. Freddy gets blown up, and then Jason's like also flying by. So and it looks like the person that's shooting him may be an orc from the Lord of the Rings. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff going on.
There's a lot. It's very like visually satisfying as far as like of all the it's super Easter eggy. Like it's exactly like what I don't know. It has so many pop culture references. It's freaking crazy. But that's exactly what the book is about. It's that's what it is. So
yeah.
It looks really, really good. Like,
quick synopsis, and I don't think this is going to spoil anything from the movie. Hopefully it doesn't, and I'm really sorry if this actually spoils anything, but I mean, I'm only a chapter into the book, so I can't assume that it would spoil anything at all. But the whole premise is that Oracle thing that they mentioned, Oracle? Oasis, the VR program, basically. The creator for that dies at the very beginning of the book, and he basically leaves an Easter egg in the game, like in that Oasis world. So whoever discovers the Easter egg gets the fortune that he's left behind, because he has no family, not a whole lot of friends apparently. So he was kind of alone in the world. So he leaves his fortune and a big stake in the company for whoever finds that Easter egg. But I think it's like 5 years after he died, and nobody still found anything until the main character starts kind of discovering stuff. So, and I think it's going to be his journey, kind of finding and trying to look for this treasure that he kind of left behind. But it's pretty cool, man. It's in a real world. The real world is kind of like in a dystopian type state. Yeah. And then everybody goes to the game then for the rest of everything else, because that's the world you want to live in now.
Why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
So I'm excited about it. It'll be pretty cool.
I know we've mentioned Ninjago before. Can we skip that one?
No, we cannot.
Why?
Because that trailer is amazing.
I haven't even watched it yet.
Okay, good. Don't watch it, Eric.
Okay.
Don't watch it, because Ninjago is not for you. Ninjago, dude, this movie is freaking cool, man. Like it really evoked a lot of emotions for me.
Really?
Like the first Lego movie.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really surprised. Like, I already wanted to watch Ninjago. Like, I was down for it. Lego hasn't missed yet. Like, there's only been the Lego movie and Lego Batman. This trailer made it look like it's going to be better than Lego Batman, and I really enjoyed the hell out of Lego Batman. So yeah, man, the trailer's it's pretty cool, man. Like, it's got a nice little story to it. Everybody seemed like really funny in it. It's going to be one of those things that's like a heartfelt movie that doesn't necessarily need a whole lot of anything else. But I think it's going to be cool, man. There's a real life cat in there.
What does that mean?
There's a real life cat in the movie.
What are you talking
among
about?
the Lego pieces.
Oh, okay.
It is freaking hilarious. Dude, it really, I'm telling you, man, I was already down for this movie, but this just takes it a notch above. It makes me really, really want to watch this movie. And I'm going to go check it out whenever it comes out, because it just looks like it's going to be very, very good. Yeah. I'm excited about it.
I'm not hating on it. Maybe this is going to be good. It looks pretty funny so far.
I'm just saying, everybody check out the trailer and tell Eric how wrong he is about the Ninjago movie.
Oh, there's the cat. All right.
The cat is awesome.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the whole thing.
Yeah, that looks pretty awesome.
When you hear what they're saying, it's even better.
Yeah.
You have to check it out later, man.
I definitely will.
Well, cool, dude.
So on to the next one, which is the last piece of the big screen news. I definitely wanted to say this part because this is something that I wish they would have just let go of, but they're really, really trying hard to keep their grubby mitts into it. So Fox, of course, has the rights to Fantastic Four. What they're doing right now is trying to put together a Doom movie. So a standalone solo Doom movie, Dr. Doom, Dr. Victor Von Doom. And what they're going to do is going to be bringing the same team that writer and director Noah Hawley for Legion, and they're going to bring him and, of course, the star of Legion, Dan Stevens, together to...
Well, they want to.
They want to.
So far, It sounds like they like. So Noah Hawley's already on board. So he's going to be the one that this is going to be for. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if anything's fully official yet, and we know how even official things can be changed along the line and the way things go nowadays. But it should be Noah Hawley, and it sounds like they are trying to bring in Dan Stevens as well. Nobody knows what he would play, or if he would be the actual like Doom character, or if it's going to be somebody else. But I mean, he's going to be there. So. I just can't. I can't get excited about it. I cannot. Even as good as they did for the Legion stuff, I don't know what they're doing, man. Like, I really don't know what Fox is thinking. Like, I think they just got one success with this guy, with Noah Hawley, and he did an amazing, amazing job with Legion. Mm-hmm. And I feel they're just sort of like, okay, cool. Like, you did such an amazing job with this. Like, let's throw you over here and, do the same amazing job with this stuff over here, even though it's not necessarily the same kind of stuff that you should be doing with it.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If they can get them, I don't think they'd put out a bad product, because I really think he'd be a really good director overall for all this stuff, just because of how good he did with all the Legion stuff. I think that in itself already helps. And if they do get Dan Stevens is all over the place right now, man. Mm-hmm. Like, he blew up like within the last year and a half, 2 years. Yeah. Like, he's just been going crazy on stuff, man. And
his agent is doing him well.
Yeah, like almost from, I don't know, I had never heard of him before, to doing like a ton of stuff. He was in Colossal. He started in Legion. He's in Beauty and the Beast. Dude, like, what the freak, man?
Where
Like,
are you? Where did you come from, sir? Did you sell your soul to the devil? Did you dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?
He's here. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah, man, like, so I don't know. Like, it seems like it'd be a cool team up to do this stuff again. I just kind of, I almost don't want it, because it also kind of brings to the possibility there's never going to be these characters crossing over into their own universes.
Yeah.
Like, they're never going to be able to meet. Which might be okay. It might be okay, because the way things go over there, sometimes they don't need to meet. You're very right, Eric.
Yeah.
You're super correct on that. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I
don't know how to fully feel about it.
Yeah, it's okay. I think I'm okay with it, as long as they're trying to do something fresh and new, especially with people that have been tested and proven to show success. I'm okay.
True.
I'm okay.
Yeah. Agreed. So we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what path that goes down.
Agreed.
Okay.
So we talked about a comic book portion already about The Walking Dead. That's what I had. But you had some info about some Thrawn news.
So in other words, we're moving away from the television stuff and talking about a couple of comic things out of Comic-Con.
Yes.
Since
comic
it is called
Comic-Con.
Comic-Con.
Yes.
So yeah, Walking Dead, like you mentioned already. Well, what exactly were you trying to mention there? I didn't...
Oh, no. It was just the ending of Walking Dead has been determined.
Okay. Confirmed. Okay. Awesome.
Confirmed.
So that was the comic stuff. The other thing that I'm kind of excited about, just because, like I just said, I have a problem reading things. Books sit on my shelf for about a year before I even crack them open, and then even then, once I do, it takes me forever to finish reading them. So I'm not great with that, and I have more book debt than I have TV debt, if that can even possibly be imaginable with how much TV debt I have. So I like it when things get converted into a medium that I can consume a little bit quicker, a little bit nicer, something that I'm more into doing more often.
Yeah.
And that's comic books. So the Thrawn book was released not too long ago, actually. So the novel by Timothy Zahn came out. It was received greatly. Everybody loved it. It was great that they brought the character back from basically being dead through the canon cuts that were made when Disney took over all the Star Wars canon. Basically, they just threw everything out the window, and everyone was like, dude, this guy was legit. Why would you throw him out the window? That's dumb. Don't cut everything out just because you've taken over now. And now they haven't. Now they've brought him back. And so the book was supposed to be really, really good. I was one of the ones that I was like, I probably should take a look at that further. But I had bought like 3 or 4 other books that I haven't even cracked open still. So, like, it was like one of those things, like, I'm not even going to buy it because I'm probably not going to read it at the rate that I'm going with other stuff. Yeah. And the fact that they're turning it now into a comic, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Like, I'm really excited about that. It's the same writer that did the adaptation for Rogue One is the one that's going to be doing the adaptation for the book to the comic series now.
Right on.
So, Jody Hauser. And then the artist, I think, is going to be Luke Ross. Luke Ross, I believe is his name. Yes. Anyway, I might be wrong, but I believe that's who it's going to be.
Okay, well, right on, man. Well, I mean, once you start getting into that series, bring it on back.
Yeah,
let us know.
Oh, dude, I'm excited. I'm really excited. Like, I'm really hoping that I can go out there and buy a few of them, if not the whole series. It's going to be a limited release, so it's not going to be one of those ones that's like a going on forever series. So yeah. I'm excited, man. I'm really excited for that. That'll be really cool to read and see and get a little perspective that's a little bit different for Thrawn. And since you haven't watched Rebels, you don't know what he's like yet in the TV show. So
no, I don't. I've heard. But I don't know.
Yeah. Not my favorite, but I like his character and I like what he does. Okay. Right. So like I like other people more still. There's other villains that I still enjoy more and kind of what they do and how they've done them. But really good, like really, really good. And I'm excited to see a little bit more about him and who he is and how he fits into the Star Wars universe. But heck yeah, man. So last couple of things. We're already super long on the episode.
Super long, man.
So we're just gonna touch on these. And I know last week we talked about it. We were super excited for Game of Thrones season 7 starting.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts on that first episode, man? We're not gonna go into details. We're not gonna do any spoilers. But what do you think? How did you feel about that one?
It's definitely a setup for what's to come this season. You know, it starts off super rough with a great scene with Arya, and then just kind of leads on to kind of building of. Finally, we're getting to the big shit that needs to happen on this show. Winter is here. It has been here. and people are realizing that they should have probably been preparing this entire time, and they haven't been.
Yeah.
And so what's next? What's going to happen? Who's going to get it? Who? Or
Yeah.
who's going to be there to fight the White Walkers? Who's
Yep.
going to take the Iron Throne? I think once they have it, what are they going to do with it? Because it doesn't seem like a lot's happening with it right now. But we'll see.
It's about being the ruler, man. It's about being
Yeah.
the ruler of that world. Who's going to sit on top of it?
Yeah, but there could be another family out there that's sitting and waiting and like, let them do it. We'll take it from there. But we'll
Well,
see.
I mean, it'd be hard to do with everybody knowing what everybody's up to. Like, as soon as
yeah.
you see an army starting to amass, like, hey, go either take them down or they're going to take you down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I really like what they did with that first episode. The first episode was really, really good. For it being a setup episode, and I'm not even going to pretend like that it wasn't. And it was exactly that. It was just a setup episode of like, hey, these are the storylines we're going to talk about. This is a little mini arc of what happened between the last time you saw this character and now this time you see this character. But man, it was done super, super well. And it's funny because we just talked about this last week with War of the Planet of the Apes. Had a lot of scenes where it's just they're acting without saying words, and they're telling the story of what's going on without saying words.
that
And
whole last scene.
dude, there's a bunch of scenes like that. There's a bunch of scenes where just kind of like you're reading people's faces, you're looking at their emotions, and you're seeing how they react to stuff. And dude, all of it's done without words, and there's so much of that in this episode. I was like, it was so awesome to see like War of the Planet of the Apes, and then to go right into this, and it's like, dude, this is the exact same kind of stuff that's going on here. Like, it almost like prepped me for it, having watched that other stuff before, but I really enjoyed that, man. I thought it was really, really good. I'm super excited about the rest of the season. I don't know if we'll cover very much until the season is fully over.
Yeah.
Just give everybody a chance to watch. We'll leave spoilers out of everything.
Yeah.
Maybe if there's something significant, we might talk about it, but we don't plan on talking about a whole lot on it as the season is going on. So
If there's something significant, maybe we'll do like a mini cast, and we'll do something.
mini cast.
Yeah, we'll just do like some kind of Game of Thrones review, just kind of like a quick. Maybe we'll meet up during the week or something, and we'll do something kind of small, just like a quick, like 15-minute review of what we thought of that episode. I don't know. Those are just
We'll
thoughts.
figure it out.
We'll
Maybe, and if
we'll-
anything, it'll probably go up on the YouTube channel. So just to let you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Now we're thinking.
Now we're cooking with oil.
All right, cool.
Or
So yeah,
grease.
I'm super excited. I hope
grease
everybody's
oil.
watching it that has the opportunity to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let Eric talk to himself and
Sorry.
over on the other side because I want to get over with this episode because we're already going super, super long,
Oh, no.
and I still want to talk about Valerian and the City of 1,000 Planets because Eric was meh. And
I wasn't mad with it.
okay, how were you with it?
Okay, no, that's exactly how I was because I felt like because I did enjoy it. It was a film.
Yes.
It felt like Men in Black and The Fifth Element had a baby, and that's exactly what it was. In my eyes, felt like it was trying to get me to be excited about these characters, and I just couldn't. It just seemed like they were really forcing it. And I really like both of them, I think. I like the guy from Chronicle because he's from Chronicle. And I like her from Suicide Squad as Enchantress, the jellyfish lady. I don't know. Like, I think that there were a lot of special effects used. And I thought that it was going to be a little bit some more practical effects. But I don't know why I thought that because I saw the trailer and everything.
I don't know why you thought that either.
So it definitely was like, I'm going to say like a sci-fi speed racer where everything is just green screened and it's kind of like way over the top, you know? But it definitely had its moments. Like, I want to say that's what I thought about it. Like, it was good. It's a movie experience. It's something that you don't have to really think super hard about. It's just, if you want to just enjoy like a story and go on a cinematic adventure, then watch it. But if you're not, then you're not. Don't go in with high hopes, I say.
You know what I love, Eric?
What?
You know what I love in movies? Cinematic adventures.
Yeah.
Dude, this was it was one of those things where it was like it felt like this movie was tailor made for me. Like it had all the stuff that I love about movies and going to the movies. There's times where I really want to see practical effects. I really want to see something that looks real because it's supposed to be based in a real type scenario.
Okay.
Stuff like Star Wars, right?
Right.
Star Wars is this lived in, dirty space that is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And from the very beginning, it was set up to be this very real thing. And this, it felt like a comic book coming to life and just being painted for me on the big screen with real live people in it. And everything else was still very much in a comic form. And I loved the hell out of that. Like, that was freaking cool, man. That's what I was expecting, seeing all the trailers, seeing that everything was computer generated imagery.
Yeah.
I'm all for that, man. Like I was set up and ready to go to see that. And it delivered on every single level of that. I loved that it had a story that was a lot more than just, hey, here's this conflict and here's this thing, and at the very end we're going to have this giant battle to resolve things. When you got to that point where it was like getting toward the climax of the movie and getting toward like the resolution and revealing of things, there was no huge mystery that like you had to try to figure out, or this huge shocking moment that was like, oh my god, like that's what happened. You kind of felt that it was being set up to be this kind of thing where it was like, well, maybe just things didn't go wrong, and if you were smart about it at all, you kind of had the plot figured out, or what the ending moment was going to be long before it happened. But then once it did happen, and once you got the full reveal of what everything was, it wasn't about having this huge battle to then resolve it. It was like, what do you do in that situation? Like, who are you as humanity to do in that situation? And how do you resolve that part of it as an internal conflict for yourself and you as a protagonist, both like her and him, and how they would react to the situation and move forward for not only themselves, but for the consequence of everybody else, because that's what it ended up having. And I loved the hell out of that. Like, as soon as that happened and as soon as it got resolved on the screen, like I was like, this is amazing. Like, this is what storytelling should be sometimes. And I love the other stuff. I love when there's huge battle sequences and when people go crazy with more computer graphics like going on screen, and you know, huge explosions and giant ships fighting each other and all kinds of stuff like that. But then to have something that's super contrasted to that, where it's all about you really, really having to think through a situation rather than just like, okay, this is what it is because it is what it is. And man, I loved it. I loved it. Like, I walked out of that theater like, damn it, I want to go watch this again. like, and that doesn't always happen. Even with movies that I like, I'm like, cool, I'll wait for Redbox, you know, like, or I'll wait to buy the movie or whatever the case may be. And I really want to go watch this again. It might be an opportunity for me to do it. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But like, yeah, man, I just really felt like this is cool. This is what I'm looking for in certain situations, and it delivered for what it was. So I know for you, it's kind of like maybe wait for Redbox. Don't expect too much if you go to see it at the movie theater. For me, it's like, if you're into that kind of stuff, if you're in for an adventure, if you're in for some different kind of storytelling from what it is, but still have like a crap ton of CGI elements and just everything being painted on the screen rather than being true to real life, go see this movie, man. Like, I think people will enjoy it if you're looking for that kind of stuff. If you're looking for like a good diversion for it.
I did like the return of Clive Owen. I missed him in things. There was like a couple moments, like, I don't know why they just got me, like the changing room scene, and that one, like, I guess the one that was trying to make her all up, that was awesome. That was really good.
That was like a perfect comic book moment.
And you know, and maybe because I don't know a whole lot about Valerian, and I don't know about like the tale of the Thousand Cities or the Thousand Planets. City of a Thousand Planets as the original storyline, but I mean, man, that, I don't know why I like that whole sequence. Maybe because I felt like it was just a little bit off for me. I don't know. It was a little bit off for me. That I don't know why. Because I was thinking about it the way that and I say y'all, like the way Jonathan talks about other movies and how come he couldn't get into Logan because of the ADR and the voiceover work, and that was something that really caught my eye, especially with the Rhiannon portion, and some of the dialogue in some portions was just really off, and I was like, man, that really took me out. So I think I was maybe thinking about it too hard.
I noticed that too. No, there was a bunch of times where I was like, it just doesn't match up. Like, their lips are not moving the exact same time the other ones are. So like, or the voice is saying stuff. I was like, it's kind of funky.
So I went in there maybe too critical. If I just went in like maybe because I was running late when I got there too.
You were in serious mode when you got there.
I didn't get to see the trailers, so.
Yeah, man.
But,
that's cool, dude.
But I enjoyed it. It's not like I hated it. It was still a good movie. It was just, maybe something that I wasn't really into at that time. So that's it. That's all I got to say about that.
Cool,
what else
man.
you got to say?
No, that's it, dude. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it. I hope other people do, man. Like, because I agree. Like, if you go in there with the wrong expectations, you're probably not going to like it. But I think if you go in there expecting a fun movie, a fun time overall, I really think people will enjoy it. So,
you think it's going to be a trilogy?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope they have some more movies. Maybe not necessarily a trilogy, quote unquote, because everybody tries to do trilogies.
But you don't see like sequels out there, or just like okay, that was cool enough for a sequel. Like that should be it.
Yeah, but you know what? Like it's possible to do that stuff still. Like it really is. Like people should be doing that kind of stuff because this was one complete story. Like by the time it ends, like. It ends. Like, that's a good place. Like, if nothing ever happened again, you've got a complete story. There's not like a half part of it that you need to finish something else out with. So I would like to see another storyline happen in this universe with these characters. Like, that would be totally fine with me. And it doesn't necessarily have to then lead into a third movie. Like, just give me a good complete story and I'll be down to go see something else for this movie because it was, I liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun watching this movie and that's what I was expecting out of it.
Right on.
Sweet.
Sweet, dude. We
done?
did it. We're done.
This marathon of an episode?
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so San Diego Comic-Con is still going on. There's a lot of stuff that's supposed to be coming out on Sunday. So as that stuff comes up, we'll probably be talking about that next week.
Oh, we will.
We'll be still tweeting stuff out as it becomes available. What do we got next week? Other things?
I don't know. I can't even think about it right now. It's super late.
It is super late.
It's way past my bedtime.
It's like 4 hours past mine for sure.
That's what happens.
Yeah. Well, cool.
If anybody out there sees anything in Comic-Con that they want to hear about or love to share with us because you're excited about it, send it our way, please. And we'd love to talk about it. At least check it out at the very, very least.
Yeah.
So, thanks everybody for listening. You can find us on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all as Kenobi's Corner. Just search Kenobi's Corner. We should come up. If you cannot find us in any particular platform that you'd like to listen to podcasts on, please let us know because we should come up as Kenobi's Corner there. You can go to kenobiscorner.rocks and that'll take you over to our SoundCloud page. On any one of these places, please post, comment, send us links, tweets, messages, whatever you want to do. Just send us stuff if you'd like to talk and communicate with us. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to talk back with you and let you know about all the stuff that we're talking about and seeing and we'd love to hear your opinion on some of this stuff as well. So please reach out.
Absolutely. Until that time, my friends, please enjoy yourselves and each other.